And how y'all doing this morning? I'm actually like on top of my stuff. Okay. The only thing I don't like is I can't see my comments over here. Hmm. All right. Good morning. Good morning, Chandra. Good morning, Brookie J. How y'all doing this morning? Oh Lord. Let me get my remote and we'll get started. Whew. Hope everybody's doing good in the neighborhood. Good morning. Good morning. How y'all doing this morning? Oh, it is Wednesday. It is the second day of the month. And I want to know what you guys have done so far. What have you done so far in this month? It's only been 2 days, but shoot, that's 2 days to get a lot of stuff done. This is actually one of my favorite weeks of the month of the year, just because I tend to slow down and get business done. Oh, that's interesting. Good morning. How y'all doing this morning? How's it going this morning? I'm going to be starting a book study on the let them theory. I'm going to be going over the let them theory, hitting some high points from the book. You're more than welcome to pick up the book. You are more than welcome to pick up the book. Let's get all these cameras together, y'all. Good morning, Coach B. I hope everybody's doing well this morning. We are back. All right, let me go. Good morning, Miss Diane. How y'all doing? Oh, I'm actually starting on time again. Look at that. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I hope everybody's doing well. Good morning, YouTube peeps. Good morning, One by Mind, Body, and Soul. Good morning, Byron. Just a little bit of a heads up. I will be starting a series on Let Them by Mel Robbins. So if you want to rock and roll with me on that, that's what I'm gonna be talking about like the next month. Uh-oh. I got an error code on my I got an error code on my treadmill. Oh, I have no idea if Jack will contact you, Diane. How you doing today? No, I'm just talking a little bit lower. Not too tired. Oh Lord, y'all, my treadmill's acting up. Good morning, good morning. How y'all doing? I think my voice tone is just a little bit lower. I'm getting an error code on my treadmill this morning. That makes me a little bit nervous because it's hard to get these treadmills. Like it's very hard to get them fixed. Very hard. So this might be a standing conversation today. And I may have to go outside and get my walk later. I don't know what error 5 means. All right, well, I think I'm going to be. Oh, good. Yes, I'm enjoying it. I just started the Let Them Theory book. I just started it. Normally, I walk and talk, guys, but today I'll just be standing up and chit chatting because I'm getting a weird readout on my treadmill, which means I'm probably gonna have to. I knew I had to move it because I had relatives coming in, and so a part of me knew that um, a part of me knew that this would probably be an issue. So it's okay. Next week I'm gonna start a series on the let them theory, where I'm gonna read the book and kind of give my own insights on it. And so I invite you guys to join me in the reading of this book. But today, it doesn't look like I'll be doing any walking. I'll just be talking today. So that'll be interesting. I'm not going to let it stop me. I'm going to try a few more things. Because what I don't want to do is I don't want to fall. Man, when I put these books on here, boy, I get all kind of content, don't I? Listen, somebody's got to come home. You don't think it will be him? Good morning, Fight for Light. Yep, I've got a weird error code. Dang, I may not be on the treadmill the next couple months. All right, let's get into it. I'm gonna get this talk done. I'm gonna get this talk done, and then I will spend some time today figuring out why I have an error code, and I will try to walk later today. Because I do want to make sure y'all get what y'all need to get. Okay. Doo-doo. Good morning. This is morning motivation. Morning motivations for every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'm usually walking on a treadmill and talking, but today my treadmill is throwing an error code. So I'm gonna keep going and keep this conversation going, and I will work on whatever it is I need to do to get my treadmill fixed. All year I've been talking about this, right? When you're trying to reach a goal, there are always going to be things that are going to get in the way. Okay. Good morning, Harmony. I think that's Michelle this morning. Good morning, Michelle. You're going to always run across these issues, these roadblocks, these problems that are going to get in the way of what it is that you're trying to do. Okay. This morning, the issue is my treadmill's not working. It's down. I have had zero issues with it since I bought it last year, but this morning it's down. But I'm not going to let that stop me from us having our conversation. I will work on looking at what it's going to take to fix it, and I'm going to cross my fingers and pray. Good morning, Miss Patricia. Sounds good. I'm going to pray that it doesn't give me any issues. All right. Now, I have the Let Them Theory pinned because we're about to do I'm going to do a full book study on it. I invite you to join me. I've already started listening, and man, I'm going to spend a lifetime, and I think many of us are going to spend a lifetime trying to, I don't know, let people do what they're going to do without it impacting us. But here's what I've learned. Good morning, Charlene. My treadmill's down this morning. I don't know what's going on with it. And I just pray that it's something that I can fix. It's throwing an error code, so I'm hoping that I can fix it. All right. So I'm just going to stand here and talk because sometimes that's just what you got to do. You know, people be stand up and talking all the time. They be doing their makeup. They be doing everything. So I'm just going to stand up and talk. All right. Thank you guys for coming on. I appreciate you. I don't take it lightly that you're here. Thank you for the love. I appreciate it. I've actually made like TikTok money. I think that's amazing. I was looking at my lives and I was like, ooh, I've made money. I'm going to be doing the Let Them. All right. I'm going to do Let Them. Let Them is by Mel Robbins. I've pinned it so you can take a look at it. I'm going to start that next week. All right. I'm going to start that. Good morning, Miss Patricia. Good morning, beautiful and blessed life. Yeah, I'm really enjoying the book. I'm glad that she decided to do her own. It's always nice when the author's got really good speaking voice, and so it's really well done. It's really well done. Let me say that. I will probably read this book once a month, every month, for a long time. All right, I'm probably gonna read. I'm gonna read this book once a month, every month, um, for a long time. Let me pause for just a second. I will be right back. So give me a second, guys, because I just realized I need to share this to a group. So let me pause. All right, so treadmill's down, so that's why you don't hear the sound of the treadmill. Man, I must gonna get some money because my hand itching. The treadmill's down, but I'm not gonna let that stop us from having this conversation. I'm glad you made it. I'm glad you made it. So, um, those of you that are brand new, this is Morning Motivations, and I'm Martine. And every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I talk AI and content and branding. And I really just try to motivate you while I motivate myself to keep moving along this thing called life. So if you're new to the space, that's what it's about. Last month, I did a series on the Kaizen principles. So we looked at the Kaizen principles and how we could use those principles and apply them to our own life. This month, I'm going to be reading The Let Them Theory by Mel Robbins. She's like a motivational speaker. And so she has written a book to help herself and to help others get out of their own way and start releasing other people's behavior. I'm someone that typically, and I've been in therapy on this topic too, typically I am very sensitive to how people, how they feel about me, their attitudes toward me. And one of my biggest issues is I take on um, their behavior as my own. So I've been spending the last year or so working out the reality of, I don't care who it is, their behavior is not my responsibility. Their behavior is not how they feel about me is not for me to hold and carry and reshape and redesign my life based on it. And so with those truths, I've been slowly getting better about applying the let them theory as a part of my therapy. We haven't. But when I saw this book, I was like, huh. If you've been following me a while, then you know I have T-shirts that say "Let them talk," and I was like, dang, okay, I was on it because I didn't know about the book when I made the T-shirts. I didn't know about the book at all when I read the T-shirt when I got the T-shirt. So when I designed those T-shirts, so I just think it's just in total alignment. Let's see. Harmony's Divine Design says, great topic. This is in total alignment with the downloads I've been receiving. Oh, good. Well, listen, hang out with me when you can these next couple weeks. I know you've got babies like I do. I don't know if they go to school, but if I'm about to kind of get back into some back to school rhythms as summer comes to an end. But I thought this would be a good way to ground ourselves a little bit more in our business, because a lot of the reasons why a couple reasons why we are not as focused as we need to be in our business. Um, we're letting the burdens that other people put on us, we're carrying it, and we don't have enough strength and energy to carry our own. That's one of the problems. Two, we're allowing those fears from keeping us from moving forward. And so, I don't know. Like I said, I'm enjoying the book. I'm gonna probably listen to this book over and over and over again. I'm gonna be picking up. I'm waiting to receive my copy, my physical copy, so I can have that, and I'll probably set that up in the back somewhere so that you guys can see it. Yeah, All right, so that's what's coming up. We're going to be talking about the let them theory and how we can apply those principles. Grab the book and let's do it together. Let's do it together. All right, even though it's only the second day of July, because it's literally only the second day, I've been busy. I didn't do everything I wanted to do just yet, but I've done much of it. How about you guys? Have y'all been knocking out goals? Monday, we talked about updating your profiles. We talked about, there we go, updating your profiles. Oh, for sure. Yeah, I'll do that. Great point. I'll put the title and the author in the morning motivations community. Good morning, Whitney. Monday, we talked about like, hey, here are 5 things you could do this week. We talked about updating your profile. We talked about updating your profiles. Y'all, my memory is going thin. Updating your profiles, posting content, so posting something, okay? Some type of content. We talked about some trends and some upcoming trends. I'm going to be going into that into more detail. And we talked about let me catch my notes. There we go. Thank you. There we go. Okay, nope, that is because some of the things I didn't get to cover. Updating profiles, using the first of the month sound. I talked a lot about that because a lot of people don't take me seriously when I say that. Thank you, I appreciate that. First of the month sound, updating your homepage, updating your business pages, and then we talked a little bit about trends. We're going to be going deeper into trends today. Just because I've been doing the research, so I'll share it with y'all. No worries. Let's see. Just Visionary said she's completed her list. She will add updating profiles. Good. Did anybody else let me know in the chat? Did you complete your list for this week? Have you taken care of the things that you need to take care of so that you can have a strong start to the third quarter and the start of July? It's my birthday month. We had some birthdays on Monday too. So if you're celebrating your birthday in the month of July, happy birthday. And let me know. I'd love to celebrate with you, even if it's just for a moment. All right. So I'm glad to hear that you finished your things. I updated my profiles yesterday on Facebook. I've got to do a run on TikTok. So yeah, that's the next thing I'm going to do. Oh, well, happy birthday. And I'm glad to hear you're getting that week of rest, Michelle. It's definitely needed. Happy birthday. I haven't updated my profiles. I've only updated my profile images. But I'll try the link in the chat and let you know. I started posting. Okay, good. That's progress. You started posting, but you've not updated. Okay. And then come on. Make your own trending sound. Make your own trending sound. I'm here for that. Make your own trending sound. That's right. Because you don't know if it's going to hit or not. You don't know if it's going to hit. So do your thing, sis. Do your thing. Yeah, no, I've only updated my my profile images. I haven't done a run on my actual profile, but I'm working on it. In this season, I'm really trying to slow down a little bit. My kids are out of school right now. There are no activities. And so a lot of y'all don't know, and don't fuss at me, but I've probably been working 7 days a week almost a year now. At least 9-10 months where I'm touching some part of my business all day. Well, not all day, but like either my business, my day job, contract job, touching business 7 days a week. And so I've kind of taken a step back. I'm not going anywhere. Like, these calls are still going to happen, but I'm having to reduce. Yeah, I've been working like 7 days a week for a long time, with very very little time off or rest. Um, so I've decided to take a step back, take a deep breath, because a lot of this was tied up in control, like trying to control the future. You know, the state of the world is crazy bananas, and um, in honor of this let them idea, I've needed to let some things go and let it just be what it's gonna be, right? Because no matter what happens, you know, I've got a contract that's ending in a couple months. I put an end on one of my other collaborations, right? So this is like my way of like letting some things go, because I can't control the future. And I'm realizing no matter how hard I work and how much energy I put into it, it's not gonna move the needle any faster, because I'm not in control of the whole picture, right? And that's probably true for you as well. So I'm taking a step back so I could take a step forward a little bit healthier. Yeah, because I was working 7 days a week. Bananas. Bananas. So I feel better already. I feel better. I have a tiny contract that I'm going to be finishing today, and then I'm not going to take any more of those kinds of contracts. It's a small one client project, so it's not a big deal. I have a larger contract that finishes in September, right? Um, and then I don't know if I'm gonna take. I don't know if I'm gonna continue. They may be removing me just because the state of the world and what's going on in our political landscape. They just don't have as many projects as they used to have, and I need to release that reality too. Yep, I've got to release that reality. And so if they don't have me back, then I won't be back, and I will use that time to focus on my business and other projects that are reasonable for me as one human being. Because my other issue is when I do something, I want it to be the best. It's gonna have all the bells and whistles. Like every time I show up, I want to show up fully and authentically, right? But I have to start considering, what do I actually have capacity to do in 24 hours? What's realistic? Um, and I'm already feeling better and better and better emotionally, mentally, the whole thing. Okay. And I want to help you guys in a more authentic way with that as well. So, um, with that in mind, I've been doing this reflective work and really making some serious changes. What about you? All right. I'm not gonna lie, and I don't do political calls, so this is not a political call. But I'm in the U.S., and to say that I've been nervous about the shifts in our political landscape. January 18th, I was shaking in my boots, and I thought that once January 20th hit, that the world would come to an end and life as I know it would end. And there are a lot of changes, and there are a lot of things that have not went the way I hoped they would go. That is true. Okay, and I'm sure that's true for you. But when I look back over the last 6 months, I made it. You made it. We made it. Okay. That is no small feat. Everybody did not make it to. We are halfway through the year, guys. We are halfway through the year. Put a one in the chat. Good morning, V the Visionisha, the Visiona, the Visiona, the Visiona. Good morning. Um, we've made it through the halfway part of the year. We made it. We are here. We're still standing. We might be still standing and we've lost our job, but we're still standing. We're still standing, and maybe we didn't get the health report that we wanted, but we're still standing. We're still here. Okay. And every day that we have an opportunity to take in more breath, we've got another opportunity to make huge differences in our own lives. Okay. And so I want us to take some time this week to do a little bit of reflection. All right. Take some time, do some reflection. Look back over the last 6 months. This can be in your business life or in your personal life. Things I want you to consider. What is on track? And if you want to share with us what's on track from the last 6 months, please do that. What's on track? Or what's even exceeded? All right, so take some time. You could do it live now with me. If you're watching the replay, pull out a piece of paper. Let's talk about it. All right, because despite what's going on in the world, despite what's going on in your personal life, as long as there's air going in and air coming out, you have a chance to really think about what went well. And don't tell me nothing. I don't want to hear nothing because it's not true. It's not true. So I'm going to give you a beat to think about it. What has went well or has exceeded over the last 6 months? And I'll talk a little bit about mine. Good morning, Dee. Thank you, Michelle. Yes. The working 7 days a week is not recommended. Yeah. Yeah. But I'm not going nowhere. I'm not disappearing. I'm not dissipating into the ether. I am just I am trying to be better about what I can do realistically. I've had to get real with myself. So I'm going to work to get better at what I can do realistically. Oh, I love that. I love that, Miss Patricia. She says her increased confidence. She has more confidence now than she did 6 months ago. That's beautiful. I love that for you. What's been on track? We're just taking some time to think about the last 6 months. So in your business or in your life, what is on track? Or how have you exceeded? Good morning, Infinite Rocket Power. How you doing this morning? This morning, we're just taking a few minutes to think about the last 6 months. What has went well? What areas have you exceeded in? Infinite Rocket Power, I'm about to start a book series on the Let Them Theory by Mel Robbins. It's pinned to the shop if you need it. I'm going to also drop it in Morning Motivations. Let's see. Who helped you evolve in many ways? Let's see. Oh, good. All right, so let's see. Michelle says, collaboration. These 6 months of collaborations has helped her. She's evolved. Oh, I would agree with that. I love that. I love that community has pushed you into a place that you didn't think was possible. That's a beautiful thing. It's really hard to collaborate and work with people. That is not easy. You know, I work with TRM, and we tell people all the time we don't always agree. We are not always on the same page. And that's just the truth, right? We're solid, yes, but it's hard to collaborate. I would say it's easier to collaborate amongst friends, and it's harder to collaborate across business, especially when money's involved. It's very hard. So I love the fact that you have been able to recognize your own growth and development because of the collaborations you've been able to engage in. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. All right. So I think for me, over the past 6 months, well, first of all, it was literally a year ago last week that health-wise, I was drowning. Good morning, Jacqueline. My blood pressure was up. I was experiencing tingling in my hands and my feet. I weighed 225 pounds. Depressed. Definitely feeling hopeless. Good morning, T. And my A1C, which that tracks your I don't know what it tracks, but it's one of the markers they use to determine whether or not you have diabetes, was 7. which 7 is the threshold for diabetes in the US. It's a little bit lower in Canada. Okay. And so for me, the one thing that's really been on track is actually doing these live calls and walking. I have really worked hard to not let too much stop me from walking and talking 3 times a week. I was doing 5. Those of you who've been with me a long time, you know I was doing 5. 5 was too much. And so I moved down to 3. And 3 has been perfect. I haven't gotten sick. I was getting sick every month when I was doing 5 days a week. Every month, a couple days, I would be sick as a dog and I would miss days. So now I could do 3 days a week and I'm much more consistent. So I would say over the last 6 months, the fact that for the first time in probably 5 or 6 years, I have done the thing I said I was going to do every month, at least 10 to 12 times a month, if not more. Have I missed some days? Absolutely. But when I look back at the bigger picture, girl, January, I walked and talked. February, walked and talked. March, walked and talked. April, May, and now wrapping up June, going into July. Every single one of those months, at least 10 of those days, I was moving and going live. That for me is worth celebrating, despite the stress I feel, despite the concerns, the worries I have, despite the relationships that feel like they're failing. It happened. And I could do nothing but be grateful for that. So y'all let me know in the chat what's been on track for you, or you've exceeded the last 6 months, because we could allow the news, the radio, the politics, the state of the world really bring us into a dark place. And I really want you to try to hold on to hope and not let that happen. Good morning, Miss Sharon. All right. We got to really work hard to not let that happen. So thinking about what's been on track helps. All right. How you doing this morning, Miss Sharon? Miss Sharon, we're just taking some time to reflect and think about what have we done well these past 6 months. I invite you to do the same. You can drop your comment in the chat, or you can write it down. It's up to you. Y'all, I'm gonna cry if my treadmill is broken. I'm going to cry. I'm hoping that I can do some things to fix it. I unplugged it and plugged it back in. I was hoping that would work. I'm gonna drop down, but I'm still here because I really want you guys to consider this. I really want you to consider, and that's why I'm creating space for it. Good morning, Nicole. I really want you to consider what has went well for you. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna have to see what I'm gonna have to contact support. So Miss Sharon says, despite everything that's going on, she's thankful that God is still on the throne. She believes that God being on the throne is what keeps her every day. I love that for you. Good morning, Vibrant Queen. Good morning. All right, second question for y'all. Here's the second question. What's MIA? Okay, so what's some things you haven't done yet? What are some things that you have not done yet? Whatever those things are that you haven't done yet, maybe you haven't started or you've stalled. I want you to write that down. Okay, think about the last 6 months. What are some things that you haven't done yet? Write it down and make a plan for how you're going to get it done. And it might require some delegation. So 2 questions you got to ask yourself. Do you need to delete it? Or does it need to be delegated? Okay, so are we deleting or are we delegating? You've got to figure out which one we're going to do. Okay. All right. So, um, don't let what's going on, U.S. folks, don't let what's going on in the world. And guess what? Unless you're related to Mr. Diddler, that ain't got nothing to do with you. So don't wrap yourself up in that either. Take some time, think about what's happened the last 6 months for you, and find a little bit of joy. Okay, because that's what's gonna help you keep going in your life and your business. That's all I can do. All right. Yeah, unless you one of the twins. Okay, his minor children. Slow down. Oh, they're not minors. They just graduated. So he ain't got no more little bit. No, he got the baby. So that's your. I think that baby name is Love. Unless you love, calm down. Calm down. That's not your business. While you worry about Diddy, you could be posting content. All right. So let's talk. That's my little spiel. Doing my little mid-year check-in with you. Okay. A little mid-year check-in. Good morning, Zay. Don't behave. Zay, why you don't be behaving? Good morning to you. All right, so the last piece of this, we are at the 6 month mark and the start of the third quarter. So I want to talk to you about prepping for the fall and winter trends. I'm going to be peppering this throughout the month. You're going to get sick of me, but it's good stuff. I have been doing the research on the back end, and I think it would benefit you to get an idea of what's happening in the marketplace. Okay, so this is for my Etsy shop, my digital download people, Etsy shop, digital download people, all those folks. All right, so let's talk color. This fall, we're going to be seeing deep jewel reds. Think cherry coated, rich berry, wine color. Okay, so that's one of the things we're going to be seeing this fall. It's going to show up in all kinds of places, in all kinds of ways. The deeper the red, the better. There is this aesthetic called cherry coke. I'm nervous about using, good morning, Ladybug. I'm nervous about using the word cherry and coke together. So I'm not recommending that you use the word coke in any of your products or listings. But what I am saying is go do research, find out what people are doing with that visual design aesthetic, and see how you can merge it into your own business. But remember, the word coke is copyrighted. So unless you have a multi-million-dollar license with the Coca-Cola company, then I wouldn't use Coke in my products listings or anything else, okay? It's the word they're using to describe the vibe, okay? And trust me, Coca-Cola doesn't mind folks talking about it. They just don't want you profiting, okay? They don't want you making money unless you're going to give them a piece, all right? The second color that I want to put out there is Future Dusk. That's one way they're describing it. But I really want you to think about this as like that dark galaxy purple. Think stars, the galaxy, deep blue ocean maybe. Okay. That's a color we're going to see pop up over and over again across all niches. And it's really in alignment with this whole stars and galaxy that we've been seeing all year. We've been seeing it all year, y'all. We've had several space events this last year. A couple of what I want to say, like solar eclipse. Like y'all know when I don't know enough about science to talk about this well. So do your research. But stars, galaxy, galactic. I've seen it on Etsy and other places. They're using different descriptors, but it's pretty much the same. Think stars, moons, dark purple sky. Okay. We're also going to see some wine and mustard on the beat. Good morning, Darren. We're going to see that deep burgundy and mustard. Those two are going to be colors. Good morning, Nakosha. Those are going to be colors that they're going to be putting together. We'll see it in fashion. Um, yeah, it's giving to me like Harry Potter vibes. That's what kind of immediately pops in my head. So we're gonna see like a those color tones coming up. Okay. Um, there's this whole thing about being so, and I think it's because of just the stress of the world. There's this whole thing around our people want to be comfortable and they want to feel safe and they want to feel cozy. We will see like luxury pajamas. So anything that ties with being cozy, comfortable, like those are things that you're going to want to incorporate in your brands and product listings wherever you can. Now, on the other side of that, we are actually right snap dab where we need to be building our planners, our calendars, um, anything that's going to help college students that are going back to college or attending college the first time, parents that are sending their kids to school next month. Like, hey, these are things you could take advantage of. Good morning, Miss Linda. These are things that you could take advantage of right now. Okay. So that's the first. I will give you the rest of these trends Friday. I've got a few more that I'll talk about Friday. Um, but I wanted to kind of put these out here to get you guys thinking about how you can incorporate these trends into what you do. Okay. And it doesn't, here's the deal, it doesn't matter what your niche is. I think we get way too caught up. Good morning, Be Digital Love. We get way too caught up in, oh, well, that's not my niche. People are attracted to what they see. So even if you're selling life insurance, let's say you're selling life insurance, if you can put out a fall advertisement where the main character, the mom in that design, is wearing a wine and mustard sweater, you are incorporating that design aesthetic into that marketing, which will draw to people's eyes. People are drawn to what they see. So um, don't feel like just because you don't, anybody could find ways to make their marketing feel more cozy. Okay? Anybody. All right. So let's talk about the rest of this week. Patreon subscribers, my Patreon peeps. We have co-working tonight. I would love for you to join co-working. I would love for you to be there. This week is I call it vacation week. A lot of people are taking days off work. They're traveling. So I get it. But if you are at the house chilling like a villain anyway, go ahead. Be Digital Love. My treadmill is down for the count, girl. It is throwing an error code. So I'm going to have to contact their support people to see what I can do. It's throwing an error code. But I knew that was going to happen. I had to move it last week because I had family to come in town. And so I knew the minute I moved it, something was going to be wonky. I had to put it in the garage. Who knows what my children did? Child, who knows? Yeah, not again. Well, this is the first time I've gotten an error code. So I'm very bothered by that. But such is life. You've been rolling this wave with me. I've just had to accept the fact that as long as I want to go live and talk business and be successful, there are going to be roadblocks. And this is just another one. And I pray I can get it fixed today. If not, I may have to shop for a new one. And I'll walk. Maybe I'll get up earlier and walk and then come and hang with you guys separate. I may have to do that. Because walking outside doesn't work. Y'all, this has been crazy. Good morning. Yeah. Yep. So I've just accepted it. I just stood here and talked and gave y'all what I needed to give y'all because you still need what you need. Those of you who popped in at the end, make sure you watch this on YouTube because I gave a lot of good insight on some trends that you could be tapping into as you step into third and fourth quarter. I didn't even get a chance to talk about Christmas, to talk about Summerween. So I'll save my other two for Friday. And then also, I am reading, or I'm in the middle of reading the Let Them Theory. All right. I'm in the middle of it. I'm in the middle of the Let Them Theory. And I'm going to do a whole book talk on the lectum theory during these calls. So if you want to snag that book, you can grab it. It's pinned to my shop, or of course, get it at any real retailer that you would like. I'm listening to it, but I'm waiting on my paper copy to come in. So we'll get into that. That'll be what we cover. Yeah. Yeah. And this week is a light week. We've got 4th of July. So I don't, there's not a lot of TRM, but we will be back Sunday with TRM. So let me get it right. We have co-working today for Patreon subscribers, and then Sunday we'll be back with Sundays with TRM. All right, so those will be our 2. And yeah. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I just let that YouTube do what it's gonna do. I think a lot of people, because this is such an early call, I think a lot of people get wrapped up in, well, I can't get up. You ain't gotta get up. Go watch the replays. Go watch them. For the most part, they're there. I've actually, the one from Monday, I will be loading today because, again, whole set of issues. It cut off midway through the video. It was a mess. So I'll upload that, and I'll make some updates to the Morning Motivations community as well, so that you guys can stay up to date to everything that I have going on. Any questions? Preguntas. No questions for me? All right, guys. That's the end of Morning Motivations Wednesday. I will be back Friday. Hopefully my treadmill is back up and going, but child, who's to say? And if that's the case, I'll figure out another way to make this happen. Bye, y'all.